And the workers are at it.
The workers are already out there.
I didn't think they started till 8:30.
Here we are. I got it now. It's a little glitch this morning. Sorry, everyone. My computer is not behaving itself today. I'm having to talk to it and coax it into working right. Well, it's not the computer, it's the internet. Oh, Blue. What? Facebook is saying that Kathy's comments are hidden and forbidden. Oh my gosh.
Not saying
Kathy, what did you say on Facebook that made them upset with you? Good morning, Kathleen. Good morning. Thank you, everyone, for finding us this morning. I'm going to take a minute to put this on Enlightened World Network's page. Boy, is it slow this morning. You can do it. There we go. I think that Facebook needs some heart-brain coherence. Josie, Ricky, good morning, good morning.
Where are they?
Okay, so
Somewhere else.
let's see.
Everybody.
Let's see who's on here.
Kathy says, what nonsense.
It is nonsense, and what the heck?
I'm saying I'm getting that message, Blue. How are our ladies?
Miss Hope Wellington Marshall, good morning to you. Charlie Coons, hello, hello. All right, how about some heart brain? Or, as our Blue has taught us, heart, mind to the divine. So let's do that. Let's take a moment. Breathe right into your heart center. And exhale that breath out. On the next breath, add in love. First, love on yourself. Just say, hi there, I love you. And really brighten up your day with some magic words of love and gratitude. And then exhale that energy back out. And then pull in some compassion with that next breath. Think of somebody right now that's going through a hard time. Someone who may be in grief or anger or pain, whatever's going on. Let's just hold them in our hearts, shower them with love and affection and lots of compassion, lots of good wishes for them to raise their vibration. And then breathe that out into the world. Send it where it needs to go. Then breathe in again. Letting the brain know that you are ready for the day. And if there's something you want to share with your brain, just tell it. Send it out on assignment. Tell it to go find you whatever it is that you need to focus on or find an answer for you. And then relax the breath out. And let's have a beautiful day after all of that. So welcome, welcome. We have a beautiful group of peas here in the peapod. And Blue, you're back. Well, I'm so glad you're back. Where did you go?
Oh, what did you gone?
And Vicky is watching.
Hi, Vicky.
How beautiful. How's everybody doing? It's Monday. We've had the weekend. Oh, you got kicked off. Well, welcome back. We can't have that. I don't know what's going on with the wonky Facebook this morning, but we just keep on plugging, don't we? We're like that Energizer bunny. We put another battery in and we keep on keeping on. All right. So, y'all ready for the blog? I love reading the blog. I forget now whose idea that was. We were talking to somebody and they said that I should read it in the mornings. If it's you, whoever you are, speak up. But it may have been Kathleen. I don't know.
I think it might have been her. Yeah.
Anyway, let me get to it. The blog today, and I think this fits right in with Manifesting Mondays, it's moving mountains. Anybody ever tried to move a mountain?
My husband at times.
Yeah. I tried to move one mountain I grew up on. It didn't budge. All right. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. And that's by Confucius. That Confucius sure was smart. Sometimes we want something so bad and we forget that it might take small steps to accomplish a big task. I've always heard dream big and the sky's the limit. However, the dreamers and the visionaries of the world had to start somewhere. I didn't complete my education all at one time. I took the steps to go from one learning experience to another, and they all completed the big picture. Through experience, I have learned to calm down and have patience. If I'm in the first grade and expect a high school diploma, I'm setting myself up for disappointment. If I make it through that grade, however, and apply myself to each subsequent grade, and then I will see how each one of those experiences built onto the next one. We can apply this principle to everything we encounter in our lives. Confucius also says, it does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. Dear angels, moving mountains has been my forte in life. It seems that there is always some obstacle to be overcome or a barrier to break through. Sometimes I forget that I don't need to do it all alone. As I sat today speaking with God, I shared how small I felt. I heard there are days when you just need to be small and vulnerable. It is in those times that you are releasing. It is in those times that you are allowing yourself to be held. Dear ones, the mountains in your life are there on purpose to help you understand yourself. If it were a molehill, the effect would not be the same. Just as you take steps with your education, your career, and every part of your life, you also learn with each experience, and this benefits you with future ones. Allow yourself the patience necessary to move those mountains. We watch as some of you try to figure out how to jump over it instead of following your path. We see the pain and frustration when things don't go quite as planned. Sometimes it seems the mountain gets even higher. Dear one, the mountain does not change, but you certainly do. Just put one foot in front of the other and keep yourself balanced. Love will do the rest. As we hold you and love you through your experiences, be gentle with you. It is not a race. You will learn the lessons you prepared for yourself in this lifetime. You can do it with ease and grace, or you can become frustrated by the experiences and your impatience. It really is your choice. So today, I promise to be more patient with myself as I climb that mountain. Moving those mountains. And that's what we do, isn't it? Our whole life. Good morning, Joanne Castillo. Good morning, Karen Schumann Time. Oh my gosh, Karen, I hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you in so many years. Muncie from Montserrat is here this morning, and there's Deirdre. So Kathleen says, I love that blog. Remember the song about an ant trying to move a rubber tree plant? Yes, he had high hopes.
Yes.
High hopes.
He had
High hope, high in the sky hopes.
when you're down and feeling blue, tell you what you do. Just remember that ant, 'cause whoops, there goes another rubber tree. Whoops, there goes another rubber tree. Whoops, there goes another rubber tree plant.
Woo! We're going to go on the road. Oh, wait, we are on the road. That's how we can finance our trip. We'll just stop and sing along the way.
Oh, I don't think anyone wants to hear me sing.
Me either. Me, I mean, not you, me. Kathy Ann says, y'all are crazy.
It's my favorite song. I sing it all.
And Kathleen says, I love that you sang that. Yes, but that was the point, wasn't it? Never give up. And that's what I keep saying. And that's what I tell myself also. Never give up. Yeah. Let's see. We didn't get any more accolades, so we'll move along.
No more encores. Okay.
That's right, Kathleen. Crazy is the only thing that keeps us sane, for sure. Oh my gosh, I love you all so much. Thank you for putting up with our silliness. You know, that's the thing, isn't it? We talk about that a lot at night on Chanting for Change, about just being silly, be like a kid again. Last night we celebrated 888 days of chanting in a row. You guys, that's insane. When we started out to do it, we said, oh, we'll do it for 40 days. 40 days, we can do that. That's a little over a month, right? And so we committed to doing 40 days of chanting. And the chanting, to me, the chanting is a way of sending out positive energy and bringing into me that good feeling that I get when I just focus on the positive. And the two chants that we do, the first one is Om Gangana Pataye Namaha, and that is to break through the barriers and remove the obstacles, to move those mountains, right? The next one is Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, which is chanted worldwide by millions of people. And that's to bring in peace, love, joy, miracles. It's known as the miracle chant. And I tell you, over those 888 days, everyone who has been chanting with us have seen miracles. We have seen so many mountains moved. We have seen incredible things happen that were just so magical. There was no other explanation than a miracle for it. So we are going to continue on. And that's right, Kathy Han, 888. It's a little crazy when we think about it, but you know, we're happy doing what we do. It doesn't matter if anybody else hears us. It's out there for anybody who might want to turn it on. But we are giving that service, all of us as a group, to lift the vibration. And that's what we do every night. We lift the vibration in that way. So let's see. what Kuan Yin has to say. And I pulled this card. Auntie Jean says, we've had that card before. I think we've had all of them now. So I said, okay, will you pull a card? And she pulled this card. And I said, we've had that card before. But let's see how they come together and help us to understand what we're talking about today, which is moving those mountains in order to see where our path is, to see where we're going, and to not give up, to persevere. So we have child's play, the first one that came up. Conscious play creates energy. It allows us to enjoy the discipline that helps us feel safe, productive, and that we're making progress on our path. It opens us up to life and increases our vitality and creativity. Without it, discipline and hard work can wear away at our life force. When balanced with loving and healthy discipline, there is no need to fear it. It can only bring benefit. I think that fits right in with moving mountains.
I think so.
We think sometimes of that task that we're working on as work. And the angels really don't like that word.
No.
Because it's not work. It's when we can go into it with ease and grace and just ask for the help from the divine. It's not work. It's a joy to do those things that we do and to really know that accomplishment that comes when we don't give up, when we don't stop 1 minute before the miracle happens. Then we can smile, as our Marietta has taught us. Spirit magnifies incredible loving energy. That's our smile. So as you're moving that mountain, piece by piece, gravel by gravel, rock by rock, just smile as you do so. I'm reminded of, gosh, I remember what movie it was. There was a cartoon movie with the Seven Dwarves, I think, where they were shoveling. Do you remember that? They were shoveling and they were singing. And it seemed like the singing made the shoveling just go so much easier.
It's, that's what I was going to say. It's not so much that, okay, we as humans have made work a dirty word, an unhappy word.
Mm-hmm.
Work is not an unhappy word.
Right.
We're supposed to work. At the beginning of creation, God gave Adam and Eve work. They had to look out for the animals.
Mm-hmm.
They had to look out for the garden. We were meant to work and be happy in it. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So we can look at it as a task. That sounds a little more pleasant than work, doesn't it?
I guess so.
We have a task to do.
We really need to reevaluate our thinking.
I know, and the way we define certain words, there's words that mean something to one person, but it can mean something totally different to another. So even that word, work, somebody might say, I hate my work, or I don't want to work. But if we say, here's a task, can you do this task? Then that doesn't sound as ominous as, I have to go to work.
Yeah, I loved going to work when I was a teacher.
I enjoyed my work. Yeah. And Kathleen says, maybe we can change the word work to our activity.
Uh-huh.
I like that. Mary Crincoli, good morning, good morning. I wanted to see what your message was. If you turn the eights sideways, they are an infinity sign to the triple power. So I don't think we will stop our chanting soon. I think you're so right. And Mary says she agrees with you, Jean, and me. Yeah, it's all perspective. It really is. And if you're not enjoying that day-to-day work that you're doing, then maybe evaluate that and say, okay, so maybe that's not where I'm supposed to be. If it's something that you dread, then look at that. And a lot of times, if you just change your perspective, you might not even need to change the job, but change the perspective. And when I did that years ago, when I was still in the workforce, and I said, I get to go to work. I get to go today to exchange my time, my energy, my efforts for what's going to help me to survive on this planet, to help me have the roof over my head and food on the table. And now it's gas in the car. So it's all perspective. I get to do those things that I want to do. Blue, I don't know. Any word can turn into a negative with your thoughts. I mean, let's just be the dwarves from Snow White. Hi ho, it's off to work I go. That was the one.
Yeah.
Blue, I don't know if you had reconnected before I was talking about that, but yeah, that's the one where they were just singing and, enjoying themselves as they were headed toward work. And it worked for them because it brought that perspective of, we're going to go have fun today. So anybody out there that's listening that is in that mode of, I have to go to work, I have to drag myself into this job, just say, hi ho, it's off to work I go. I encourage you to look at it with different eyes and with a different perspective, that you get to do that so that you have what it is you need to survive, to thrive, to enjoy this thing called life. So the second card is growing towards rebirth. It is easy to love the butterfly, a symbol of hope and emergence into new life. The path of the caterpillar may seem somewhat less blessed, yet without the caterpillar, the butterfly cannot be. Accept that which is ending so you can open up and receive that which is beginning. This is the flow of life. Absolutely. I'm reminded of when we were at Blues and she was getting ready to prepare her garden for the wintertime. And she pulled a plant, and there was this huge caterpillar.
Scary.
Kind of, for some, it might be scary looking, but I looked at it as a creature of God, and I saw this beautiful energy that was going to, or had potential to, turn into something amazing. And we looked it up and we saw some pictures of what it had possibility of being if it could survive the caterpillar stage. And that's the other thing. We see the caterpillars, but there are many, many of those caterpillars that don't make it beyond the caterpillar stage to become the butterfly. They get eaten by predators. They get eaten by birds or other critters who gobble them up. And so they never reach their potential. So if you're thinking you're a caterpillar and you're constantly wary of what might gobble you up, what might stop your progress from becoming that caterpillar, then know that you're safe, know that you are protected by Michael, the beautiful archangel that helps us all, that you have guardian angels, and it's important to listen to that. And Blue says, he was beautiful. I kept it fed until it turned.
Yes, you did. I remember.
Just made my day. Blue, thank you.
That's great.
Thank you for that. I have a friend down here in Florida, Tina Vallant, who gets caterpillars from a farm, and she puts them in a mesh enclosure until they turn into the beautiful, usually monarch butterflies. She gets some of the other ones too, like the zebras, and I forget what else she's had. But, the monarchs are dwindling in their numbers. So the more we can protect them, then we'll have them around for a bit to see. So, I think we had some big lessons this morning about moving mountains, protecting our energy so that we have the strength and the fortitude to move those mountains. And, sometimes it just means that we have to take care of ourselves. We have to be more wary of what we eat or the things we do, how we're depleting our energy, or even sometimes who we're around that's an energy vampire, that our energy can be sucked away. And so just always listen to your inner guidance, always listen to spirit. And I encourage you, if you're not doing so, take even 5-10 minutes to just sit each day in meditation. And yesterday I was reading from, and that's the other thing, I want to read a little quote from here, but I was reading in my new beautiful book that I discovered called Where There Is Light by Paramahansa Yogananda. And he was encouraging us as we sit or whatever we're doing to just focus on the word God. And many people don't like that word. So whatever word you use, doesn't have to be God, whatever word, when you're addressing the highest being that exists, to just keep saying that word over and over and over in your mind. And I did that, and it's like the thoughts kept trying to pull me away from my focus, but I kept strong and I kept just saying that word. And I would just say, God, God, God. And I would just allow myself to go into that energy without any distractions. I have my eyes closed and I'm just saying that word only and not trying to go off into a stream of thought. And that's when I started hearing messages. Part of that was in the blog today. I just started hearing what I needed to hear. So you can say whatever name you choose, or, sorry, there was a big crash outside.
I don't hear any screams. I think we're okay.
Or they may be moving things because there's a storm coming.
Yeah.
And I was wondering about that this morning, if they were going to move all this equipment that's right outside our window. The other thing that I learned from a new client and now friend of mine, he says, Holy Spirit, help me. And he says, as soon as he released those words out of his mouth, he started getting answers. He started getting intuitive thoughts of what to do. So that's the other thing. And so I started mixing it up, and I would say the word God for a bit, and then I would go into Holy Spirit, help me, to help me understand and help me find what I needed to find inside of me. So using those two things yesterday in my meditation, I had a really rough day yesterday. And, many of you don't know that. Some of you know, probably most of you know that I lost a brother recently. And so I think part of my not feeling well was the grief, and it was processing and remembering and reflecting, and also, some stress. Try not to go into too much stress over the storm that's headed our way, but it can be stressful to go into the unknown. So when I sat and meditate, I just heard to sit in meditation, and that's what I did, and got some beautiful words and beautiful acceptance and love and encouragement that, as Mariana says, everything is working perfectly, and it is. And Hope says, that's so beautiful, the caterpillars. I missed what was said about moving mountains. It's the blog today, Hope, and I read it earlier in the show, but it's on my website, angelspeakers.com. Anyone can go in and read that blog, and I encourage you to do so, because I feel like it was an important message from Spirit. And Blue says, Holy Spirit, help me. Yep, that is tingling for me. Yeah, it did for me too, Blue. And I'm going to be using that more and more in my meditation time.
They've fallen like off ladders and that every time.
I think we're getting ready for a storm to move in here to South Florida, and they're doing a lot of construction here at the condo we're staying in. And all these big things are right outside our window. It's all glass on the side of the condo. So I'm hoping that they'll move that out of the way in case a big wind comes and tries to knock it through the window. But I'm intending that Jean and I are safe. We're planning on riding out that storm because I have learned from experience now, living in Florida most of my life, that if you run from a storm, if they say, okay, it's going to hit here, and you run maybe north, most of the time that I have done that, the storm has also hit north. So I'm just going to stay put and see what happens. And I'll keep Auntie Jean safe, I promise.
Oh,
If I have to wrap her up in covers and
very
pillows,
safe too.
we're going to keep each other safe. Okay. What was I going to read?
Don't know.
All right. When you feel a bursting thrill of joy expanding in your heart and your whole body, and it continues to increase even after meditation, you have received the one sure proof that God has answered through the devotion-tuned radio of your heart. That was from Paramahansa Yogananda, that I dearly love, and I lost my bookmark. There it is. So we know when Spirit's talking to us, we get it. We get that tingling, like what Blue was talking about. We know that we're receiving a message. Just listen to those messages. And Blue says, when we go to a restaurant, we care about. I'm sorry, Auntie Jean says, when we go to a restaurant, we care about the food, but we also want a beautiful ambiance or atmosphere too. When we are ready to take in spiritual food, our ambiance is the positive energy, positive people bring to the learning. This family is 5-star rated. Yay, yes, we are. And boy, did we find that out on Saturday.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was Saturday we met. And we had 12 peas in the pod that got together and chatted and loved on each other and hugged.
Wonderful.
The hugs were amazing. So yeah, you're absolutely correct. Surround yourself with that kind of energy. Let yourself be in the flow of those who uplift you, who don't tear you down with gossip and back talk and all of that stuff that you might encounter with someone who's not fully aware of how important words are, how important our energy is that we pour out from us. If we build each other up, then that's the best place to be, is in that environment where others care about what happens and how we feel. So I hope that our discussion today is going to be helpful for you in manifesting and bringing in what it is that you want. And now let's put in any prayer requests that you have. I want to please pray for our dear Joanne and her family, especially her daughter and her grandson. Please lift them up high today. And my family that's processing this loss that we've had. You know, it wasn't totally unexpected because my brother had been deteriorating for years, and we knew that that he was going downhill, but that heart attack did take him out eventually after a few days. So please pray for them,
Especially Billy.
especially Billy, who's having a really hard time because she was so close to James. And just wrap your arms of love around her. If you want to reach out to Billy, please do so, because I know she could use that uplifting moment. And for all of his children and the extended family, especially his dear wife, concerned for her. So let's lift up her. Her name is Pat. and send energy her way. And then prayers for Florida with another storm moving in. This is late in the season to have a formed storm that heads our way. So, yeah. So lots to pray for today. And if you have anything that you want to place in there, any prayers, then please do so. Kathleen, prayer for my friend Dan T. He had a recent divorce and is not doing well emotionally. Absolutely. Brookie Brooke says, good morning, beautiful, loving, and peaceful peas. I love you all and pray you're all well. Big hug to you, Teri. So much love to your family and your brother's sweet wife. Thank you, Brookie. And Deirdre is asking prayers for all humans and Gaia and world peace and attention to human trafficking, and prayers for your family, Teri, and you and Florida. Thank you, Deirdre. And Blue says, well, I think the grid will be getting busy. I think so. And I don't know when that full moon is expected to be totally full, but let's pay attention to the energy coming in with that as well. That was one thing I saw about this storm. The full moon, as you know, affects the tides. And so there could be a lot of flooding here as that storm moves closer. Auntie Jean, any prayers from you?
Just for all the people in Florida that the storm turns, hopefully, out to sea and doesn't hurt anybody. It's a possibility. It looks like it might turn a little bit. So we can hope for that. And of course, for everyone who's lost someone, and for our Teri to feel 100%. She looks really good this morning. I'm so happy. So
thank you. And Brookie says, we've been very busy here at the Pennsylvania house. Jinxie is happy and the place feels wonderful. It's so good to be home.
Oh,
so happy that you're home, Brookie. And we have added little Maxwell onto our prayer list for his growth and the perfection of that birth that will come eventually, and that it be with ease and grace.
He looks like you, Brookie. I can tell already.
I was trying to find the ultrasound picture yesterday. I couldn't find it.
And remember, he's got her nose and profile. Yep.
And Blue says prayers for Dolly that we can find her a home near here until Dave can build her house. Oh, yes, absolutely. All right, so let's go into our hearts for just a moment. And please lift up Auntie Jean. I want to just add that. My dear soul sister, I love Jean so much. And I know she's anxious to get home. I know that hurricane is not something she's been through. So we're going to just intend it's not going to be a hurricane. It's just going to be a big storm. And that she's going to weather it just fine.
I'm not afraid at all. I have no bad feelings.
There's no fear. There's just a little bit of anticipation. All right. So breathe into your heart and release it. And see that beautiful white light entering into your heart. The light coming from the divine, opening us up to love. Love is the energy that heals. So the more love we take in, the more healing we get inside of us. And the more we're able to breathe out into the world to those who are needing it, those who are suffering, those who are kind of lost and wandering, and also to our planet. All the things that are happening, we hear every day something new that's going on. Somewhere in the world, there's a tumultuous energy, whether it be a storm, flooding, earthquake, whatever it might be. Let's just send that love right down to the core of Mama Gaia and ask for peace and calm so that we can all feel that as that energy rises up. And let's pray for all of those on our prayer list, everyone that we care so much about, that we've really wrapped our arms around for so long now. And just pray for the very best outcome for each one involved and for everyone that's touched by that person. So breathe it in, breathe it out. Breathe in love, breathe out love. And if there's any part of you that needs that healing touch, when you breathe in that love, focus it there. It may be a knee, a shoulder, might be your legs or your feet. It might be your emotions. Whatever is needed right now, breathe in that love and ask Archangel Raphael to help you place that love inside of you, wherever it needs to be. Let's take that in for a moment. Let yourself be covered in love. Release anything else. Let go of the pain. Let go of those emotions. And then breathe easier as you breathe out, knowing that you've been touched by this angel, knowing that you've taken in love from so many that care about you. You're in the right place at the right time. So enjoy that. Enjoy being lifted up today. And now, let's do that. Let's lift each other and love each other as we do every day. And we do that on the count of 3, 2, 1. Thank you. I love you. Receive that. Just open up to receive it. And Lulu, sweet Lulu, we love you so much. Thank you for listening to us this morning, Lulu Bell. And there's our Annie 7. Where have you been? We love you, Annie and Grayson, and thank you for being here. Oh, my nephew, Donnie. This is James's son, Donnie. Thank you for being here this morning. Donnie, we're all lifting you, your family, your mom, everyone up for this time that we're going through. And thank you for being here, Donnie. We love you so much. All right. So, I wonder if Alexa will let us hear our music this morning. I'm going to try it. She hasn't been letting go of our Leo, so I'm not sure if she's going to do it today, but I always have to try because we love our Leo so much. Kathleen says, oh, Donnie, we send you our love and condolences. Thank you, Kathleen. And Hope says, kisses to Grayson, hoping he will have a great week. Absolutely. All right, so let's see if we can hear a Cuppa Fulla Joy and lift your vibration. It's the best thing we can do for each other. And it's certainly the best thing we can do for ourselves is to fill our cup up with love. So I hope you brought your cup this morning. Cheers to all of you. Cheers. And fill it up with the love that we shared here. And Alexa seems to be having a difficult time today. So I'm not sure it's going to play or not, but I'm going to try it one time and see what happens. Come on, Alexa, you can do this. I got nothing. Yeah. She's being very difficult. I'm going to have to find another way to play it. I'll work on that today.
Sorry, I am having trouble playing the music.
So with that, then, I think we're getting off of here and wishing everyone a beautiful rest of your Monday. Just go and play like the child, like the one card said. go into that awe and wonder. And as a child, we didn't know that we couldn't move that mountain, did we?
No, but we had faith like that.
Faith like the ant. Just remember what the ant did, and we can do it too. Good morning, Rosalind. Good vibes. So, yeah, go into the childlike wonder, the knowingness that anything is possible. And let's do that today. I love you so much. And we'll see you later. And leaving you with namaste, y'all. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Bye for now.